Hello, traders and investors. Welcome to the pre-market show. Yours truly, Mandela Fobler, here with you. And if you look up this way, there we go. Gotta get it right. 20 seconds left until we get the very important data out of the US. So we're gonna jump to that right away because this is potentially market moving. So we got a little bit of a down move in S&P going into this data. And now we're going to get that data now, any second now. There may be no reaction at all, but we want to always be prepared, always be ready to cover these sorts of breaking news announcements with you. If you can hear me, please let me know. If you're in the live chat, we've had some audio difficulties the last few shows. If you are able to hear me, please feel free to let me know in the live chat. We got some breaking news right now. This is live, and we are live. We are looking at the S&P 500, and we're going to get over to the live chat in just a moment. But before we do that, I am going to have a look at the news announcements that we had just now. So out of the US, we would have just received very important data on jobs, and we want to analyze that live and in real time here. So looks like a bit of a muted reaction out of the S&P initially here. If we do, let's see, here we go. So if we do have a look at the data that we just received out of the US, it'll be these here. So let's focus on these for now. And I think the key one for us is unemployment claims. So it was expected to be 226,000 employment claims out of the US. 1 minute ago, we received 235. So that's actually higher than expected, which is not good or bad for the labor force in the US. So I guess the thinking process here is, how does this impact the economy? How does this impact people's decisions to invest and to trade and to put money into the markets? Also, how does this impact the Federal Reserve's decision for tomorrow? This is tomorrow is going to be the main event, but Jackson Hole is kicking off today. And for those of you who are not familiar with Jackson Hole, it is like the Super Bowl for central banks or central bankers or central bank fans. Today, it starts off more or less with some speeches. Tomorrow, we'll get a very important keynote speech by the Fed Chair, Jerome Powell. So today, kind of the first act of Jackson Hole. But for today, if we look at what we've just received, there's been an increase in the amount of unemployment claims. It's actually higher than expected. Expected was 226,000. We've gotten 235,000. Also, more than the previous. So more than the previous 224. Let's wipe that clean. And yeah, so anybody who is unfamiliar with Forex Factory, we're just using Forex Factory for the data set. If you're not familiar with unemployment claims, it's the number of individuals who filed for unemployment insurance for the very first time during the past week. And we can see here the actual is higher than the forecast. So something to be aware of. If we look back, we can zoom in a little bit. This is the labor force, the strength of the labor force. This is all tied in with how markets move and how investors are positioned. So we were a lot less than expected going up to July. And then August here, we actually have more than expected. So one data point does not make a trend, but this is something to be aware of. So if we have another look here at the S&P, looks like it has found a little bit of buying pressure, some support here going into the last hour of trading. You are watching the pre-market show. The pre-market show. So we're going to put a little bit of music on in the background. I think it's nice to kind of set a little bit of a nice sort of feeling on this Thursday, the 21st of August, 2025. Yours truly, Mandela. And we have a good group of people in the live chat. So just having a look through the live chat here, we have, let's go back. Okay, so we have RBFX saying welcome. Hello, everybody. So thank you for tuning in on the CTI YouTube channel. We also have Starboy saying, what's up, chat? Starboy is in the office, ready to work. Complex Coin, he is, or she is, looks like a picture of, let's just say Complex Coin is saying hashtag CTI, let's go. Andrew, my partner in crime, in good crimes, I should say, is also in the live chat. 20 likes, tell your family, tell your friends, tell the world. Get sharing on your socials. The more likes, the more chance CTI may give us a chance to win an account. And then he's got the emoji with the tongue out and the money symbol. So we are looking for 20 likes. So 20 likes. Let me see. I can't. 20 this way. 20 this way. 20 likes. 20 likes. If we get to 20 likes, then we will be giving away a complimentary $10,000 account to one lucky winner. Just one lucky winner will receive that. But we need to get the likes up first. So let's get those 20 likes. And if we can hit that 20 likes, we will happily give away an account courtesy of City Traders Imperium. All right, just let me know if you are able to hear me. I hope you can. And if the music is too loud, let me know as well. That would be helpful. I can turn the music down a little bit if it is a little bit too noisy. We'll have a look at some charts a little bit later. We'll talk a little bit about what's happening in the broader economy. We're also looking to give away that 10K account. And I'm happy to answer any questions. So any questions that you may have, I'm happy to respond to the live chat in real time. All right, let's have some fun today. I am drinking, so this is some Welsh tea. Came back from Wales, really great trip down to the south coast of Wales and had a great time. I felt like I was treated like Welsh royalty. It was a phenomenal trip. For anybody looking for a holiday destination, highly recommend Wales, in particular South Wales near Swansea. Beautiful mountains, great food, great people. So really highly recommend you checking that out. And if you have questions, reach out to Andrew. He's the professional specialist on all things Welsh related. Actually, I found out recently that the Welsh actually controlled the majority of England. So just a great history as well. So I'm gonna say cheers to everyone. I need to keep my voice box well lubricated because I was parched the last few shows. So I'm gonna say a cheers to everybody on this Thursday. Also, let me know what you're trading as well. If you're trading something and you wanna talk about it, or you wanna see if other people in the chat are trading that as well, let me know. That's what we're here for. That's why we are live. So I know a lot of people who do they do pre-recorded, but this is live. This is live. This is live. This is live. So make sure that you're commenting in the live chat, and we'll do our best to run through any and everything that you are mentioning for us today. All right. We're grooving. So we also have, we're simulcasting this on the Signature FX YouTube channel. So if you are on the Signature FX YouTube channel, go ahead, pop over to the like button and make sure you subscribe as well to these videos, because that's what really keeps us going and keeps us motivated. All right. I see here we got some messages here from Kian Nils. So thank you very much, Kian, for supporting and kicking it with us. You know, when we do these shows, it's almost like we're in an office together. And we're talking to Andrew about this before, and we were saying that it's good to have a good sort of good group of people in the office. So in the office today, making sure that they're on time and ready to go. RBFX, we got Starboy. I was gonna say Starboy. Complex Coin is also with us. We have Andrew, who is my partner in crime. His name on the live chat is Andrew Tesla FX. If you want to ask him any questions about trading or about whales, please go ahead and do that. We have Faridat. Welcome to the office. Make sure you have your you've checked in correctly. You have your cup of coffee or your tea or whatever your beverage of choice is. Have that ready for you and ready to go. All right, so I see music is a little loud. If it's still loud, let me know, and I'm just gonna turn it down a little. Let me know if the music is still a bit loud, and I'll be happy to kind of quiet it down a little bit. Okay. All right. Let's see here. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna just send one more reminder to do the 20 likes. If we get the 20 likes, then we will do the prize giveaway. It's simple. It's very simple. Just like that, you could have yourself a $10,000 account. All right. So what's happening in the news today? What's happening on the agenda today? Let's do, first and foremost, let's have a look at the schedule. So we have coming up at, let's see, because everybody's in different time zones. In about 1 hour's time, we have Flash Manufacturing PMI and Flash Services PMI as well. And then European Consumer Confidence, for those of you who are trading Euro pairs, be aware of that. CB Leading Index is also going to be in about 1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 hour, 20 minutes. Jackson Hole Symposium kicking off today. We're going to have a look at Trump's schedule, because sometimes what I realize is that's not always captured on the economic calendar. So today, we're going to have to just take that off. All right, so for Trump, he's going to get his intelligence briefing. So be aware, 3 p.m. Now, I believe this is 3 p.m. Yes, this is 3 p.m. Eastern time. So if you can work out where you are in the world, that will be 8 p.m. over here in London, 3 p.m. New York, 4 p.m. in Bermuda. So Trump usually does these executive orders. Looks like it's going to be closed to the press today, but we'll probably get some sort of tweet or some sort of Truth Social post as a result of that sort of announcement. So S&P kind of looking a little drippy here. We got that data, worse than expected employment data out of the US. So if we can, we're gonna wait and see, wait until the markets open in about an hour and, in about 45 minutes, and see if we get some reaction off the back of that. So it'll be very interesting to see. We can work out some of the scenarios in a little bit. Let's get over to the chatting chart segment, which is, to be honest, this is one of my favorite segments of the show. So let's start off here. So if we zoom out a little bit, I like to highlight the range that we were in during the pre-market session, and I call that the Asian session range. So if we get a little arrow here, so start of the overnight session was here, and we've just been playing a little bit of good old-fashioned ping pong. Hit the low, hit the high, hit the middle, hit the high. We've kind of broken out here of the low. So London traders, or once London markets opened, we've gotten bit of a start of a weaker push here lower. If we go back, this is taking us back to Tuesday. We moved down quite convincingly, and then into yesterday. this was yesterday's major move out of the open. We did catch a trade, so I've posted those trades on our social media, our WhatsApp chat, also in the CTI Discord. So there was a nice tradable opportunity off the open yesterday. So let's see if we do get a tradable opportunity today. It's definitely a possibility as well. But interestingly, yesterday, that was bought up very quickly. So I know quite a few people that were getting long here who were able to pick up some really cheap S&P positions, whether that's futures, could be futures, it could be call options. But that was a nice sort of afternoon trade. So basically a tale of two trades. They do say that retail traders try and trade the open, and institutional traders tend to trade the close. So let's see how things develop. But if we're going to look at the last few days, I think S&P has shown some signs of some weakness here. This would be yesterday, and I'll change the color here. I noticed not often enough am I kind of stepping back and looking at the last few days. So that's that. This is, here we go. So this was Wednesday here. There we go. That's more or less Wednesday. And then clone again. This is Tuesday here. Is that right? I might be getting that a bit wrong. Let's see. I'm trying to do this on the fly, but basically this is showing us from Tuesday, sort of end of day Monday into Tuesday, and we're looking at more or less a progression where we're seeing some weakness entering. So what can this be attributed to? It's possible this is due to some profit taking. Maybe there's some caution going into the Federal Reserve's their Super Bowl, also known as Jackson Hole, taking place today and tomorrow. So maybe some weakness there. Today in particular, we did get that employment data out of the U.S. that we started the show with. So that could also be one of the factors. We saw today that we got earnings from Walmart. I think it's WMT. So Walmart announced earnings just a few moments before we came on live. They were basically warning that the tariffs are impacting them more than expected. And so we're going to just have to wait and see how things shake out. But in pre-market, Walmart's slightly lower after announcing their earnings. Very big retailer who will provide us with some really good insights onto how tariffs are being absorbed in the economy. All right, so just a reminder, if you have comments or you have any thoughts, feedback, any tickers, anything you want us to cover, please pop that in the live chat and we'll be happy to cover that with you. Looks like we got, so a couple cool messages here from our fellow office participants. We have a request for US 30. So that was actually a very, very interesting performance yesterday by US 30. So we had the NASDAQ down, we had the S&P down, we had the Russell down, but we had the US 30, also known as the Dow, flat for the day, slightly green. Very, 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 very telling. So I think some outperformance from what we call the Dow Jones Industrial has definitely has been noted and has been noticed. So since we got that request from Niels, let's call him, Kian Nils, we're going to have a look at the chart here for the US 30, aka the Dow Jones Industrial. I'm going to take another sip of my Welsh tea. Cheers, everyone. All right. Let's keep those likes going. I'm going to, before I get to that, I'm going to just pop one here to see what the likes situation is looking like. Okay, there we go. City Traders Imperium. Turn down the volume. And we have currently... So I'm seeing 5 likes. I'm seeing 5 likes if this is updated. Yeah, this looks like it's updated. So 5 likes. We need to get that up if we are going to be able to give away a free account. We've gotten a request from Kian Nils for US 30. So that's what we're going to pull up right now. Here we go. And I like kind of looking at different things. I don't usually trade US 30, to be honest. But it's one of those things that, like I said, yesterday it outperformed. Here we go. It actually finished green yesterday. The only major US index to finish green yesterday. So it could be telling us something here. Could definitely be telling us something. All right, so let's have a look here at the US 30. Alrighty then. We are looking at some weakness as well. So it's looks like it's still sort of tending to move with the other indexes in the drippy direction. So a little bit softer in pre-market here, down 0.4%, as they say. If we were to kind of look at a trend line, and I don't like to do these often, but let's make it red because it's a resistance line. I'm seeing a little bit of lower highs. So lower highs. So that's a high. And then we got a lower high right there. And then we got another lower high here. So a series of lower highs, and we're continuing to move lower. If we zoom out just a little, I think one thing I would be looking for is, has the down move already started? Is it too late? I think if we're looking at targets on the downside, I think the Dow is still quite high at the moment. So if we're looking here in terms of what I like to use, good old-fashioned Fibonacci, I would go here, just eyeballing it, and I always make it green. That's another question for each person in the live chat. Do you have any sort of habits or any sort of things that you do all the time with trading? So, for example, I always like to do, when my Fibonacci's are bullish Fibonacci's, I always like to make them green. So if you have any sort of idiosyncrasies or any sort of OCD things, please post them in the comment section, and we'll be happy to hear about that. Another thing is, I don't like to wear red when I'm trading. So during trading sessions, I refrain from wearing red because red for me is associated with not good. I don't like to see red on my P&L. I also don't like to look at my P&L too much, but I don't like to wear red on trading days. So if you have anything like that, any sort of habits or anything that you like to do or don't like to do when it comes to trading, let's share. Let's hear what that is. So this is kind of zoomed out majorly, but this could be the start of something here. I mean, it's still kind of sitting. Let's do a horizontal. So still kind of sitting along this sort of bar here. So today could be the day. Remember, tomorrow is the keynote speech at Jackson Hole. So I would be interested to see how we finish the day today. But there is definitely some potential downside. We have the series of lower highs. Maybe let's change the color there to red because it's moving lower. So maybe we see a little bit of a pullback and then a bounce off of that. I would wait. So I would the way I would approach this on a day-to-day basis. And you have to also remember your time frame. What is the time frame that you're looking at? But if you're looking to trade this sort of this week, I would look for the Dow to continue below this low, which we've seen kind of since last week, basically. it's held up as a fortified buying area for the bulls. If we get below that today, then I would be looking for a good risk to reward trade here on I'm so used to doing S&P on the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Now remember, it did overperform yesterday. It outperformed the Russell, it outperformed the Nasdaq, it outperformed the S&P. It actually finished green yesterday, so we'll see. That doesn't usually happen. So there could be something in the works here for the Dow. So I'm glad that Kian mentioned it. Something like this, I think, sets up a very good opportunity. But I would wait for the price to kind of get below and maybe even remain below this, I guess, 1 week support line that we highlighted earlier. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Thank you, Kian, for mentioning the Dow Jones Industrial. Not something that I often trade. I think a lot of people think trading is for old retired people. But as a trader, I think the Dow Jones is usually for those older people. It's not quite as sexy. Not to say that it shouldn't be traded, but I mean, looking at this opportunity here, maybe there is some opportunity, especially after its outperformance yesterday, performing better than all the US indexes. All right. So I'm looking at the likes. I'm not seeing the amount of likes that we like to see, but we do have a few people who have come into the office. We got Martin Lawrence in the office. We have Ahmed as well saying #CTI. I don't eat before taking trades. So we asked earlier, are there any habits? So anything that you do specifically to try and help with your trading, either directly or indirectly. It could be like Kian says, he does not eat before taking trades. Now, I guess my follow-up question to that would be, is that because your stomach hurts or you don't know if you're going to be able to keep the food down? What's the reason behind it? Or maybe on the day that you had your best trade, you didn't eat before you entered. So I'm just curious. There's no wrong answer there. If you have any habits or any sort of idiosyncrasies that you like to do and you almost have to do before you trade or during a trading session, please share that with us, and we'll be happy to share and discuss that with the live chat. Okay, are you sure, Mandela? I'm not sure what you meant. I can't post mine. Mandela will give me a row. So if it's chat friendly, I just ask that you be chat friendly. That's all. I trust your judgment. Okay. What else do we have? All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in a minute. Make sure to get those likes up. We need to get those 20 likes, and we'll be giving away a complimentary account. It will be for $10,000 to one lucky winner, courtesy of City Traders Imperium. So you want to get those likes up. If you need to send it to your friends, send it to your girlfriend, your boyfriend. You could even send it to your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend. It's completely up to you what you want to do. But we need to get those 20 likes up, and we will be happy to give away a free account. Now, let's take a quick break. We'll be back in a few minutes. All right, we're back. We're back in action. We are back in action here. Okay, so we've got quite a few likes. We've got quite a few live viewers here, and we're gonna just pop on the music one more time just to give us a little bit of something fun to do, something fun to increase the energy. We're gonna go over by a few minutes today. We'll give you another 5 minutes of the show, just because I know the numbers are a little close to the target for the likes, but we also wanted to cover a few other things in the show today. So just a reminder also, there will be a live show tomorrow, same time, same place. You want to check us out. It's the pre-market show with yours truly, and we also have Andrew as a very knowledgeable and experienced trader. So check out the show tomorrow as well. If you're available tomorrow at this time, we'll be doing it all again for you tomorrow. And thanks to everybody who is watching, everybody who is in the office today. We have taken attendance, so you have been marked down. You will see that reflected in your reports. Thank you again to everybody who has joined us today. All right, I'm going over to the comment section again. Looks like we need 3 more likes, and that's coming from Barnabas. Barnabas says 3 more likes. So we're almost there. We're almost at that point. Also, getting a request here for gold. So we'll pop that up now. Let's have a look at gold and see how gold has been moving. Now, gold tends to move inversely to the wider market, broader market, and it did just that yesterday. Yesterday was a great example of gold's normal price trajectory. So this would have been, let's do this properly this time. Last time I kind of did it half baked, not half baked. I did it half willingly. You have to be careful what you say on this YouTube. It was half willingly. So we look here for yesterday. So this was yesterday's move, more or less here. And then this is today's move. We got a bit of a pullback. But yesterday you can see a nice push higher in gold, reaching as high as 33,052. And this was directly inverse to what we saw in the broader market. So definitely what I like to think of is, as investors, traders are selling or reducing their stocks exposure, that cash is going somewhere else. Where is it going? Well, it looks like yesterday some of that would have gone to gold. So if we zoom out just to get a bit of a wider perspective, gold's looking okay. I think we're kind of in the middle of a range here. We have what I like to call more like a balance area, I guess is one way to term it. I'm just going to shade this black so that we can see the actual area that we're in, and we'll make it a little less black. So there we go. So pretty much since after the all-time high back in April of this year, we have been doing a little bit of that ping pong that we saw earlier with the S&P and pre-market. So ping ponging, we went below it slightly, we hit it neatly there, got a little messy on the downside there, came back to the highs, hit it neatly there, hit the highs there, weren't able to get to the lows there. This is a trend line here, and now we're kind of sitting. This line is the exact center point, the midpoint of this high and this sort of, I would call that a mean support level. Mean as in average, not mean as in naughty. So we're kind of in the middle of there. And so as we kind of sit here, we're going to have to kind of see how we resolve. I think yesterday was an up day. So this was yesterday's daily candle. It was green. But I mean, we still have a ways to go if we're going to get back here. Just a note that this is the all-time high in gold, so 3,500 is the all-time high. Gold's never ever actually spot gold. Let's be specific. Spot gold, ticker symbol XAU USD, has not been above 3,500. Spot 02, and that was hit on Tuesday, the 23rd of April, 2025. So yeah, we could head back up that way. I think if we're looking at various scenarios here, I think if we do see more, if we see more aggressive buying of U.S. stocks, potentially that could be inversely correlated to gold. Maybe we move lower. Also wanted to note that there have been reports of a lot of central banks starting to purchase gold over the last few months, particularly after Trump was inaugurated and Trump kind of came into the position as president for his second term. So yeah, middle of the range here, a bit of, I would kind of categorize this as a bit of no man's land, no woman's land, where a lot of stop losses tend to get triggered. But I would also note, if we zoom out a little, we've also popped a Fibonacci. So this is a Fibonacci from a Fibonacci retracement from here to here. And what it's showing is we're pretty much just knocking on the door of the 61.8, which those of you who follow Fibonacci will be very familiar with. And then we also have the 78.6 here. So if I had to lean one way or the other, I think the path of least resistance, I would say, is higher in the near term. But that's not to say that once we get here, maybe we still respect what we would have been respecting the last 1, 2, 3 times. It's bumped its head up against that resistance, coming in roughly at 3,430-ish. So we could see another little reversal there, but you got to check your time frame. You got to look at also, how are you trading gold? Are you trading the futures? Are you trading it via gold miners? Are you trading it through gold ETFs? Are you trading it through, like we are here, spot gold? And then also what's your goal? So what are you trying to achieve here? Are you looking to hold gold for the rest of the year? Are you looking to kind of hold gold for the next few weeks? Or are you just looking to trade today? In which case your analysis and your breakdown would be completely different for each one of those time frames. So I'm kind of setting out what I think could develop over the next few weeks. Least resistance potentially higher, but there's also, I think, the wild card of Jackson Hole tomorrow. We have the keynote from Federal Reserve Chair Powell, who could come out and say, look, we're going to be cutting rates. We're happy to basically start reducing interest rates in the September meeting, in which case I think we could see maybe a revisit of what would have been the support. That support level that we've seen, with the exception of this little stop run, I would call it, or a little surprise move lower. This is held up as good support. That's coming in at around 3,260-ish. So, I mean, always remember to do your own analysis. This is actually a great segue to remind everyone that nothing that is said during the show is financial advice. Please remember to conduct your own analysis and seek your own financial advisor before investing. You are responsible for your investing decisions. This is my thoughts as of right now. It's 2:09 here in London. Today is Thursday, the 21st of August, 2005. We were looking at the all-time highs back in April. So just remember, you are responsible for your decisions, and I'm basing this off of my time frame and my acceptable levels of risk. I just ask that you do the same. Okay, so do we have the 20 likes? If not, we're gonna wrap up the show. I'm gonna pull up here. Let's see if I update this. For some reason, I can only see the likes if I go on my phone. So that's exactly what I'm doing here. 22 likes. Okay, we got it. So well done, everybody. 22 likes has been obtained and achieved. So we're gonna get over to that that very, very exciting segment that we call the prize giveaway. All right, I'm gonna make sure that I'm selecting one lucky winner. So there's gonna be one lucky winner who will receive a complimentary $10,000 funded challenge from City Traders Imperium. And before I give away the prize, I'm just going to ask for the winner to please type your either your X or your Twitter handle or your Instagram handle into the live chat before the end of the show so that we can make sure that you get your prize. That's also for compliance purposes. Okay, so we're in the prize giveaway. We're in the prize giveaway now. Okay, so out of all the people in the live chat, we are looking for one lucky winner, and the winner of the free $10,000 account is Mr. or Mrs. I believe it's a Mr., but it is Kian Nils. Congratulations. Very, 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 very happy to announce the prize winner is Kian Nils. So let's all give him a round of applause. Well done. Very well done. Congratulations. Please make sure that you post your either your X or your Instagram handle, and we'll be sure to get back to you as soon as possible with the details for your account access details will be provided to you. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. I just want to say another special thank you to everybody who has joined us today. It's been a bit of a whirlwind show. We've gone over a little bit longer than normal, but you have all been watching the pre-market show each and every Thursday and Friday during this time. Andrew actually joins me on Fridays, and you are very, 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 very great to chat with and to talk through ideas with. Thank you for suggesting the US 30. Thank you for suggesting gold. We've gone through those today in pretty good detail. And I just want to see how things are moving here going into the open. Looks like we could see a very interesting day today. We mentioned that the Dow Jones outperformed yesterday. So what does that mean? If we look at the performance of the Dow Jones yesterday, it was up. In fact, it was up slightly, up by 0.4%. If we compare that to the Rusty Russell, where is that going to be? Here we go. So Russell was down 0.32%. They tend to all move in unison, but yesterday we saw the Dow Jones up and the S&P was also down 0.24%. It did come back a bit in the afternoon, as we spoke about, but it finished down on the day. And then the NASDAQ was also down 0.58%. So Dow Jones showing it is resilient. It was green on the day yesterday. So maybe something to watch. We'll see. We'll try and cover that tomorrow in the show that we have, pre-market show tomorrow morning, same time, same place. All right, so thanks RBFX. We also have Starboy in the office today. Complex Coin has been very diligent. Andrew is always productive, and he's hitting his KPIs. He's doing what he needs to do. Saw Andrew at the water cooler earlier, actually, refreshing his morning beverage. Faradat also here in the live chat. Kian Nils, thank you very much. Congratulations on winning the complimentary 10K account. Going out to Kian Nils. We also have Martin Lawrence showing a lot of energy and positivity in the live chat. Ahmed as well in the office today. And I think Barnabas was also giving us some good feedback, some good ideas. SP King, is that SMP King? Welcome, very, very welcome to the show, and welcome to the office as well. Wisdom FX also here with us today. So Wisdom FX, you got to share some of that wisdom about the FX with us. We are the Signature FX. You're the Wisdom FX. So bring the wisdom, bring it in, and bring it heavy. Also had Andrew. Andrew's been holding down the office today, keeping everybody in line. So thanks, Andrew. We have Aika Trade in the chat as well. We have Jimmy also joined us a little bit late, so we're gonna have to check the timesheets. I think you came in a little bit on the late side, Jimmy, but you'll get a pass as long as you get your deliverables done today. As long as you get those trades in and you have a good trading day, you follow your process, you're hitting those targets, then all will be excused. Okay, so I got you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take a picture of your and I'm guessing that's your ex. Okay, cool. I'm gonna take a quick picture, Kian, and there we go. All right, we're good. So we got your contacts. We'll reach out to you directly. And thanks. Thank you very much, everyone. From all of us here at Signature FX and all of us here from CTI, you have been watching the pre-market show. It is the premier daily, or not daily, sorry. It's the premier live show on the CTI YouTube channel. We're also simulcast on our very own Signature FX channel. I just want to actually plug one more thing because I don't do this enough. If you would like to speak to us, if you like these shows, if you want some more information about what we do and how we can help you, then please go ahead and contact us. Underneath my name, there is my this side. This is my X handle right here. So you can reach out to me there. You also can check out our YouTube channel. Our YouTube channel is Signature FX. Not to be mistaken, there is a copycat with, I believe it's 4 or 5 subscribers. We are the Signature FX without 5 subscribers. We have a logo that says SFX on our display. Please feel free to contact us, and we'll be happy to give you some more information about what we do. We like sharing the information. As of right now, we're going to be getting ready to trade the open. We have a community of traders, like-minded, positive traders who are ready to trade the open as well. So without further ado, I need to get over to our other community. But thanks again. We'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, 1 hour before markets open tomorrow. It's going to be a fun one. In the meantime, happy trading. Make sure you're protecting your capital. Stay positive and happy trading.